Brother's starving.
Welcome. NPC The Game live, coming at you live from Taiwan, District 13, simulcasting on multiple channels. The trifecta here, Cleveland, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri, Tainan, Taiwan. I'm your host tonight, Brother Manifestation. Some may know me as Gabriel, NPC The Game. And I want to welcome you. Tonight's a special night. Past readings with the Grandmaster Supreme Creator. This is where the profound wisdom meets deep insight. We're lucky enough or blessed enough to have our esteemed past life reader who's a master of uncovering the hidden threads of your soul's journey. Brother Grandmaster Supreme Creator is offering clarity and guidance like no other, with a wealth of knowledge across various spiritual and intuitive practices. Supreme Creator brings a rare and unparalleled depth to every past life reading. So whether you're seeking answers about your past lives, understanding recording patterns in your life, or exploring your own personal narrative and spiritual growth, this is your opportunity to connect with someone who truly understands. So I'm going to drop the link so you can get your own personalized past life session live on the air with Brother Grandmaster Supreme Creator, where you can uncover the mysteries of your soul's history to give you bearings to where you're at now and where you're going. So the journey starts here. Let me bring up Master Brother Ali and the Grandmaster Supreme Creator. Math and science, brothers.
Math and science.
Mathematics and science.
Yeah.
Thank you. Deep intro, my brother. Like from the factory workers to even the music, man. It just makes, the frequency just tells people it's time to think. We're in a paradigm of information, and the only people that's going to survive is thinking. That's why you were given a brain. People about to find out why they were made with a brain and what it was meant for.
Absolutely. They're ready. I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since I've been a part of one of these. Yeah. Usually they're out the door, right? People lined up.
Yeah, I used to wonder. I mean, brother, I was like, damn, where all these people come from? Like, we have general classes, you know what I mean? And and that thing be loaded, right, brother Ali? All the other classes, we used to be telling people call in here. You know, well, not that anybody in opposition could go against us, meaning prove us wrong. So I can understand that part as far as calling in trying to
Right.
disprove us. So we wasn't expecting those calls of participation. And then again, we got to look at it from other people's perspective. Maybe they see the greatest participators could be the teachers, that nobody could participate. They were just enjoying us teach and elaborate on that. They don't really want to, lower the frequency, what they would think.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to some of the legends in the chat, brother Jack Talcott. He said he's intrigued to discover what you shared tonight. Well, it should be amazing, right?
Well,
and shout out to Leopard Print as well. Much love to Leopard Print, #1 mod right there.
I was gonna say, participation is a must. If it is true that the one who controls the conversation is the one who asks questions, however you all want to see this turn out is going to require questions. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself, about knowledge I already know. So the only way I could share it is with the one who knows how to ask the right questions, or the participant that I could share it with.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe Shadow Buddha will come up for #1 mod too as well. Come up for a reading. Yeah. There's like a battle right there. Male and female right there. Adam and Eve right there. Shadow Buddha and Leopard Print. Yeah. Brother, why do you think so many people? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, why do you think so many people are interested in past life reading?
Well, they were. I mean, I'm really unsure. It was mostly, I'll tell you this, it was mostly white folks. I ain't never had that many white folks call my, I know it's nothing racial, but what are they into? Ask Brother Ali what they're in tune to more than the Negro is. Let's ask Brother Ali that question.
What do you think, Brother Ali?
I mean, surprisingly, they are more in tune into soul searching, man, into their spirits, man. Surprisingly, you would think that the black man, considering that he's called the soul brother and he eats soul food and he has soul music, but he ain't about his soul. But here we go. The lesser being on the planet, being a Caucasian, I mean, genetically lesser. You would think that he's more removed from that, and he's not. He's more interested in it than anything. Interestingly enough, that's where you get all these, metaphysics and all that. This didn't start with Blair and Hamburger Hammett and all them. White boys started metaphysics and all that because they were interested. They were searching. They were the ones that went in there and looked at the pyramid walls and was trying to study and trying to figure out, and was all in India up there trying to figure out what the Hindus knew, because he's searching. He wants to know. He's trying to find out. More so than the nigga.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to find out.
Answer that any better. That's why I had my brother here answer that. He can really go into it, because when an individual has the ability to speak from both sides, he's giving you both sides' perspective. That's an advantage that even during the time of the great teacher, his teacher had the advantage to go amongst both black and white. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an advantage if you can understand the use of it. You know what I mean? You can see both sides. Some people can only see one side.
Right.
When you're able to weigh both sides and truly see that, I mean, you have complete clarity there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a brother, and I got 2 brothers actually, and 3 brothers. But Only two of them are, my natural brother from, we have the same mother, but, um, they embraced, one side, they're more one-sided than I am, and,
Hmm.
that really has caused a rift in one of my relationships with with one of my brothers. We're not as close as we should be because of that. And my other brother, that's my baby brother. He's, me and him are close. We love one another. You know what I'm saying? But, we just, that's the difference between us. He's embraced his black side and I try to remind him, man, hey, listen, you're a two-sided being, man. You're not one-sided like that. You need to embrace both in order to have, be a completely in balance naturally with your creation. It ain't about what the world tells you, about what these niggas tell you, I mean, fuck all that. Because they don't accept you no way at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
I've had white and black people recently doing the streaming stuff say that you need to debate in their own stupid way. Like, you need to choose. What are, come on, man. I can't split myself, I'm just me, Yeah.
That's the
And you
reason
said
why we teach people about the absolute truth. We don't teach people, man, that that there's black truth or white truth, man. There's no such thing. There's the absolute
Hmm.
truth, man. There's mathematics and science, and that's it. If you want to add a whole bunch of extra hoo-ha to it and a bunch of silliness, then that's on you. All you're going to do is just devalue, devalue the importance of the information that you're getting. When you do that. Instead of just seeing it for what it is, it's just math and science. That's it. No color.
absolute, definite. 1+1 is 2. It ain't because this side said it or the Chinese
Right.
believe it. Anybody that knows how to add or know, we all are going to come up with the same equation. So, absolutely. When we say the sunlight is out, it's not out because I said so. It's out because it is. It's absolute. Or the color green isn't the color green because I say so. Unless you're colorblind, you will agree with me what the color green or the color purple looks like.
That's why we used to fall out with that nigga bring forth all the time. That the Mason nigga. Because Bring knew the truth. He knew what the truth was, but see, just in typical Masonic fashion, he likes to add a whole lot of hoo-ha to the truth to confuse the truth. Instead of just keeping it simple, math and science, man. We used to have to go back and forth with his ass on a nightly basis, because that's what he was doing, just trying to add nonsense to the math and the science. Trying to take 2 + 2 and trying to make it 7 somehow.
I think he said that one time. He said 1+1 is 3.
Yeah,
Remember that day? He
yeah, I
said
think you
1+1 was 3.
did. Oh, this nigga.
Jack Talcott has a comment. He says math and science, language and numbers to explain, logic governs. Yeah.
Oh,
And
definitely,
then,
man. Math and science is so smooth and so subtle. People miss it. I mean, you can only ignore it. I'll say this: you're either in tune with it or you don't know about it. I mean, I was seeing people just flying down the street. Some people rushing to work, rushing to this or that. Tonight, they're going to different places and different things, but they're on the time. Time is mathematics. They're constantly how fast they're going. Do they need a car? Can they get there in time? Are they going to need an Uber? All of that is adding. That's mental math. You have numbers, which is physical math. 7 times 7, 49. 3 times 12. All these other things. Although, we say 3 times 12, 36. So, although we have all these physical numbers, when you're adding up all these, fractions, what are you going to do tomorrow? What time you going to wake up? What time you have to do that? What time you have to do this? What time you going to get back? How you going to do that? You're adding,
right.
That's adding. Some things you might subtract. Well, I'm not going to make this, so I got to take this off. That's mental math. It's called, you call it logic, although logic is nothing except mental mathematics, because you're adding things up. That's why they say facts. Fact plus fact plus fact equals absolute. So when you say 1 + 1 + 1, what does that equal? What's the absolute? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Let me absolutely, Brother Supreme. Let me bring up, oh, he's already here. A good friend of mine that I met the last couple months, that's certainly a man that's striving to get better every day, and he's tested. I see him tested every day by some of these demons on his channel, but then he has a lot of angels too that comes through. This is my good friend, Brother Jack Talcott. How's it going? How's it going, Jack?
I am feeling blessed, and I'm not sure yet what to expect. What's being shared here. I am intrigued by what was offered, the idea of past life readings. And let's face it, man, the energy of you, brother, I admire you and what you do. So thank you for having me.
I appreciate that. We appreciate you, Brother Jack. Yeah. I learned a lot of this when I was a little younger from these two good brothers right here, Brother Ali and Brother Supreme. Yeah.
How young were you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
were you 30?
I think I was 30 years old. 30 years old, but you know,
you was 30.
Yeah, I was 30. Yeah.
You was still
nowadays,
that 3, man. That 3.
Yeah.
You know? So you was ready.
Yeah, actually, I think I was more direct. I was 33. Yeah, when I met you, moved to Oakland, got married. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I definitely, even though I was 33, that's when I moved to the deep East Oakland. That kind of had to even grow up even more. And then I met you right on cue, you and Brother Ali, you know, right on time. Yeah. Needed that. Yeah. Shout out to Resto Chesco. He said, praise God, man. Yeah. That's a good brother out there in Korea. Right there.
All right, let's get this on. Is he going to get a reading, or what we're doing?
I don't know. Well, let me just address this comment first.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we read all comments. This is from Brother Shadowback. He said, Brother Ali, the Caucasian is not a lesser being than any other ethnic groups. That whole bell curve type of thinking is ignorant. That isn't the truth.
Goodness. He wasn't paying attention. Once again, this is what happens when you're not paying attention to what the fuck people are saying. So please put what's his name?
Shadow Buddha.
Shadow Buddha?
Yes, sir.
Shadow Buddha. Oh my God.
A good friend of mine.
Okay.
Actually, one of my best friends. Go ahead.
Hey, Shadow Buddha, put your listening ears on. Once again, he's lesser genetically. According to the genes, I said genetically. I said it the first time, and I'm going to say it again. He's lesser genetically, okay? And then when I say genetically, what I mean is according to the blood, according to his physical makeup, he is not as strong as the black man. The melanin in the black man gives him an advantage genetically, when it's physical. It just gives him an advantage over the Caucasian. It's just proven. It's been proven over and over again.
And you're listening to somebody that is of both. You know, he's biracial. So you can't say, "Oh, he's just being pro-black." No,
exactly.
He's Caucasian also.
And then I think Jack was going to say something. Jack,
I have a pure Irish mother. So I'm not going to, say anything. I ain't on that. I'm not into the hate business. I'm into the truth business. See, I study the science. I don't study the rhetoric.
Get on the Mendelian, what's it called? Mendelian law or something? What's that called?
Yeah, Mendelian law. Dominant recessive.
But they scientists say. Break that down.
Well, basically what the Mendelian law teaches is that you can get the recessive from the dominant, but you cannot get the dominant from the recessive. And what he said when he went on to teach was that dark hair is dominant, light hair is a recessive, dark skin is dominant, light skin is recessive. So it would be impossible if the first two people on the planet Earth were white, they could not have produced anything other than themselves. Because two white people can get together and can produce nothing but white. But two black people can get together and can produce black, dark brown, light brown, beige, yellow. all the way down to albino.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's right.
Definitely.
so it's a science thing. It's not a rhetoric or a hate thing. Please, Mr. Buddha, put your listening ears on before you go accusing me of anything.
Well, some of these,
Mhm.
even some of these, what's it, Caucasian people will say, they're just like a lot of these Negroes. I mean, they've been raised in Christianity, so they don't. We're talking science. You know, we're not talking what we believe, what we feel. You know, and I'm gonna break this down one of these days because that's all dealing in the feminine nature. Females are supposed to feel and believe and not really be in touch with much logic because they're emotional creatures. They live in their emotions. That's why you could be being the best man possible and just suddenly, you know, your girl just flips out. She's having them emotional, or you might say she's having her cycle or something. She's constantly going through emotional mood swings. It's never consistent. And anybody had enough dealings with women, you would know that a woman is a unstable creature as far as her emotional state.
Brother Talcott, do you have anything? I think you were going to say something earlier. Just curious what your thoughts are.
Well, the identification of the genetics, it is fascinating. I mean, what you said is true. The human species as a whole, the diverse cultures and colors, their science and all of that is truly fascinating to me.
Science.
Now,
You know, you all should ask some of these basketball coaches, basketball and football coaches, and why they keep getting all these black players. You know what I'm saying? If the bloodline of the physical abilities, if that's not true genetically, go and ask them coaches and all them other with them guys. They got a defensive end running a 4.5 and a 4-second 100-meter and stuff. You know, go tell them guys.
Right.
hey,
Jack, you gonna say something?
regarding the emotional women, though, there is some truth to that. Women are more in tune with the emotional aspect of life, and men have been conditioned, especially through conditioning, we're more the logic and reasoning driven. But the real goal is to be balanced in both, to allow the emotion and logic to be.
Well, the emotion
I
and
see that.
the emotion in female is necessary, you know, for her to nurture properly because it's the woman's assignment and it's her task to be the nurturer, particularly over the, you know, for the family, but particularly for the children, for the offspring. So there has to be someone has to be emotional. They have to be connected emotionally in order to feel, in order to love and to care, you know, and to be empathetic because you have to have all of that when you're dealing with children, you know. Whereas the man has to be naturally, he has to be a leader. You know, even in your household, you know, you have to make the decisions in your house. You can't leave the decision making up to your wife, you know, because she's going to steer the household, you know, into debt or into trouble. You know, she might not steer it totally off the tracks. You know, some women, you know, have enough hoo-ha about them in order to, you know, keep the house on track, but it'll be in trouble. See, without a man there, a man is what keeps things steady. He's the leader, the natural born leader. So he has to be logical. He doesn't have time to feel. You know, he can't feel things because if he's feeling and she's feeling, then who's thinking? No one's doing the thinking. Everybody's feeling around the house. And if you're feeling stuff, that's how people get killed because nobody's thinking.
Well, overthinking creates a lot of unnecessary enemies, though, too.
Well, I didn't say anything about overthinking, but you have to still, someone in the house has to be the thinker. Someone has to be logical in the house. Someone has to be emotional. That's what you spoke to that yourself a minute ago. You said that there has to be a balance. Well, in your home, that's the balance. You allow everyone to play their natural order. You allow her to be emotional. You don't force her into logical situations that she naturally isn't meant or created to be in. And then even as a man, you don't allow yourself to be pulled into emotional situations that you're not naturally meant to be in. You know, keep the balance correct.
That's absolute. I was gonna say this. and I don't think I've ever said this before, other than knowing it of myself, and that is we made the one. It's how can I explain it? I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Give me a second. The woman is like when you're not using your brain. Your brain is meant for for you to master your body. So basically, when you're emotional or you're over emotional, I mean, we're not saying to be robots and you can't have emotions, although being emotional, being more, because your emotions can take over your logic and reasoning. So in your body, when you have, when you're feeling a certain way or somebody angers you and you allow your emotions to get the best of you, somewhere there's going to have to be some logic in there. Like, okay, it's fine. I'm not going to get emotional because this person cut me off or this person flicked me off. Because if you were emotional, then you end up like the rest of the idiots who didn't use their brain that's locked up in prison right now because they shot somebody because they looked at them wrong, or they got overly emotional and did something crazy and messed themselves up. So as the brother said, absolute, that somebody in the house has to think. There has to be a head on the body. That's nature. And this is why man is the head, is because your woman is your emotional state when she's leading you, and you more emotional than her, and you're whining like a bitch, and she has to be the one to think for you. Talking about you're emotional and you're supposed to be the man, then you're gonna have some problems on your hands. She's not gonna respect you. She's gonna treat you like shit. She's gonna piss on you, probably literally, and you're gonna enjoy it if you like that kind of stuff. Some people out there like to be. There's guys that pay mistresses and things to to defecate on them and urinate on them. So some people is into that kind of stuff from a woman. I'm not into that bullshit.
That's why when you were younger, if we all can remember back to being young men and children, when we were being raised, particularly those of us that had fathers, our fathers used to tell us all the time, man, don't worry about that name calling. So what? Well, daddy,
Yeah.
them boys down the street, man, they keep calling me names. Your father be like, listen, man, it don't matter what they call you. Don't feed into that. Just as long as they don't put their hands on you. And that's another ball game. So your father was trying to teach you early, don't get emotional. Don't get all upset and start feeling things because somebody called you out your name. So what? Ignore that, or do or handle it another way, but don't allow your emotions to get involved, or sometimes I remember in school, where the boys will be messing with you, or they knew that if they can get a reaction out of you, that you were the one that was going to get in trouble and you was the one that wasn't going to get to go to recess, or you would get detention. And the first thing the principal would do is look at you like, man, why didn't you think? Weren't you thinking? Didn't you know that they were they were baiting you? They were just trying to get a reaction out of you, and you gave it to them because you weren't thinking. Not because your principal didn't ask you, well, weren't you feeling? Didn't you feel what they were doing? No, he said, weren't you thinking? Why weren't you thinking? You didn't know what they were doing? That's because knowing and thinking, that has nothing to do with emotions. That's all logic. So we have to embrace that as men, and we can't forget that.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to do that on Jack's broadcast the other day when I went in there, and there was a guy out there that I really don't care for, but I just wanted I wanted to talk to Jack. So, but I was patient and just focused on sharing the things I wanted to share and listening. I even listened to the guy. I even was listening to the guy I want that I don't really like, and he was sharing some stuff and trying to get a reaction, like Brother Ali was saying. But I was focused, and actually was a really good interaction for me. And because I witnessed it happen to Jack all the time. You brothers should see. There's people always trying to test him all the time. He's pretty stoic and pretty emotional. Like he manages his emotions pretty good. When he's dealing with that stuff. How do you do that, Jack?
Well, first, thank you.
Thank you.
Had plenty of practice and plenty of opportunities to grow And this online adventure, it has. It's helped me grow in my emotional intelligence and my my studies of human behavior. They're fascinating.
Say, Jack,
Yeah.
would you care to elaborate on what? Because a lot of people have no clue of what emotional intelligence is. Would you care to elaborate for even some of us on this line that may be a little clueless about what you're saying?
That the intelligence to know when and what emotions are proper, what
There you go.
emotions are proper at what time. It's
So, like intuition.
well, it's more like being stoic, to be honest, to allow things to be without being moved by emotion, so that your mind can stay clear with of clear thought, right? So we don't
Well,
confuse
that
ourselves.
sounds like a critical thinker there. I mean, that's why
Yeah, it
this
does.
world, this world was created for critical thinkers or thinkers, because anything else you can't do anything. That's why we put our emotions into the woman. We made her specifically, just like we made other races, and I'm talking about the original people of the earth. We made them for a particular reason. So we made the woman. The woman was made also. She was the first. Actually, she was the first opposition, or you say devil or negative, yin yang, whatever you want to explain to yourself. She was the yin, while we was the yang that was our opposition.
Or reflection.
And right, I remember I was saying the other day. You remember I was sharing the other day. Brother, I know we're gonna go off topic a little bit, but we'll get back on course. Brother Manifestation, you remember we were saying last week, or I was sharing last week about all these women that you know that like me and trying to get at me. Meaning, I
Right.
don't mean
Yeah.
sexual. You are. I mean they want to see if they want my approval. That's all they
Mhm.
want. They want me to prove. They want to prove to the other girls or whoever that they. But anyways, that's how many bitches want to destroy me, man. But they can't. They're in line wanting to destroy me. And you all, it's hard for you all to understand, even or understand, about how Adam, perfect little Eve deceived Adam, and Samson, you know, he loved Delilah so much, and he gave her all his approval. That, she's the one. I love you. I'll give you my secrets.
Mhm.
And the bitch destroyed him. So if you all have to if you all can't, a hint to the wise is sufficient. And experience is the best teacher. Some of us has experience. I know I have. I've experienced bending over for a bit. I don't mean literally. I mean like, trying to please the bitch and do all this,
Hey,
and
brother
she'll
Supreme,
still.
all due respect, let's try to keep the B's a little bit less, just for community guidelines. You too.
Oh, okay.
I see what you mean, though.
You got it.
Respectfully,
All right.
Yeah.
Community. See, that's it. But
you too. Yeah.
you say the F word and all those other things, and we say nigga. Why is a nigga? Why isn't
That's
that
true.
out? You see
That's
that?
true. Yeah.
That's called another B word. Bullshit.
Yeah.
But we can say nigga, but we can't say B. Anyways,
Yeah.
man, this fuckery. Like I was saying, so you have a natural opposition, man. And I might be sharing a little too much secrets that they don't want you all to know. That's their power. But they can't help who they are, just like the white boy can't help the fact that he created a shitty ass world and he's the head of it. He's made poverty, he's made religion, he's made all these things are under his power, not anybody else. So these are things that these people had in power. And who's we break things down to the least common denominator. Who's the most powerful in the home right now? In all homes down there, even the rich, they don't have nothing to do with money. And niggas be living with the one. No, I'm talking about rich guys where they broad is controlling them. I have to answer to my wife. It's what she says. My wife wears the pants. Everything is from my wife. She makes all the decisions. You all of
My
these
better
Samsons
half.
and Adams.
They
My
say my
better
better
half.
half.
She's my she's my
Yeah.
better half.
I mean, she's great, but come on, don't sell yourself
Or you be
short,
like
young
Tiger
man.
Woods. You'll get a broad who wasn't shit. She marry you, give you 2 kids. And once she knows, she like, I can get half this nigga shit now because, you know, I got 2 kids by him. We been married 10 years. I don't have to deal with this shit no more. I could break this nigga. I don't have to sit back and watch and hear about him fucking other girls. Now I can say enough of this. So, because don't tell me she just heard suddenly after she's worth half his shit that she just suddenly heard that he was, you know, had a couple other girlfriends or something. These broads being, I'm saying broads, I'll substitute the bitch for the broad. These broads know about this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They know. What I'm saying is, man, you're being calculated. I'm telling you, this is a natural opposition. Now, I'm the supreme creator. You can take what I'm sharing. I've investigated it. I have went over it. You all know I've been teaching about this for a while. So you all see me really evolve in this, right, brothers? So you know.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You absolutely know. You know, that's what scientists do. We break things down. You know, when they have a scope and they're looking at the most minute, because, you know, they go beyond the naked eye. Now you got lenses and, you know, what's those, the scopes, right?
Telescopes, microscopes.
You have microscopes that can get into the microism of a matter. Something that seems invisible to you is not invisible in reality. Is there really a such thing as invisibility or just a limitation on vision?
Right.
Right.
If everything exists, it has to have some material or matter.
Right. But Supreme, you have a question from Leopard Print. Respectfully, she says, "What do you mean when you say we made her?" And she says she's not trying to be bratty. She's just curious about what you mean.
I got you. Well, we got to go back to this. Everybody understands this silly damn Bible, this little book. But it's a reference. You know, in the Bible it says, "Let us make man." It don't say I. People always say God made man. That's not what, according to what the Bible says. It didn't say God made man. It said us. So who's the us? Is it a man and another woman? Is it God and the devil? Was it God and his angels? Some people say. Who's the us? So what I mean by us, I'm talking about the God, like the gods here on the phone. You know, we're redoing this again. As it was in the beginning, we're doing it again in this end here. We're remaking man in our image. So when you have spiritual, the mental, and the physical manifestation, you have the Trinity. You have a God body, and that's who made him. Is the man or the gods? Her God is her man or the man. You know, they left rib and all that. But that's not where a woman came from. We made her from us, but not from no rib. She was made just like us as a human body, although she was made with the emotions. We put the emotions that was in us, we put it in her. You know, so how's that done? How do you? Well, it's really simple when you're making some. I mean, if you know anything about a scientist, or it's like putting more sugar and making something more sweeter. You know, you got bitter wine and you got sweet wine. The sweet wine you think got more sugar. Matter of fact, you might think the bitter wine doesn't have any sugar in it, but it might be so much salt or alcohol in there, you just can't taste the sugar in there. Although all alcohols give you a sugar level.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for that. I'm sure about our clarity. No, Brother Jack, did you want a past life reading, or anybody on the panel?
I am curious about that. What's included as far as how does that happen?
Brother Supreme?
How that happens is you you open your mind, although I'm able to go beyond that. Meaning you're asked to go into a relaxed state and just get preconceived thoughts off your mind and just channel into nothing, and just kind of focus on that frequency, and then that allows the reading to take place. It's almost like I knocked on your door and I didn't just come into your house. That's your domain, your house that we were given. Although if you invite me over and you open the door and let me in, then I can see what your house is like, what's in it or whatever. You trust me enough to allow me in your house. So that's the same thing with your pineal gland or your seat of your thoughts and emotions.
I appreciate that. I invite, yeah. I have a fascination with all things, especially time. And if you have gifts, I invite to let's see what we can find. I've tried in the past. I've tried uh, a singular session of the quantum healing uh, hypnosis. I tried that before, and I don't know, but I'm curious. Please.
Interesting. Okay. Quantum healing, huh? That's some high power stuff there. All right. Let's get it started. So, Jack, right?
Yes.
All right, Jack. All what I need for you to do, Jack, is take 5 deep breaths. That's inhale, exhale. And I'll take a couple myself. Oxygen or this air is it's the most precious. It's a source, really. When we're breathing in source. That's why you're breathing even when you sleep or when you don't think about it. That's the most consistent thing everybody does every day. And the most important thing is breathing. So take a couple of those and go into a nice, relaxed place on a beach or your favorite place if you like fishing at a lake, whatever you view as beautiful, you know, in dealing with nature or something, not at the titty bar or nothing like that. Just a place. And let me know when you're ready after you follow those things.
I'm there.
You there? Okay. I'm gonna find you, even if whether if you've done this or not. That just makes you comfortable, um, and it allows me to, you give me permission. So let's get it on. Stay there, um, at that place. If you're wanting to leave that place, go out into space and just think about nothing as long as you can. I'm gonna find you. 1 second. I have located you in a couple of lives, Jack. Um, are you fascinated with horses by any chance? I see you riding a horse,
Not so much.
like in the so-called cowboy days or anything like that. Have you ever envisioned that or grown up wanting to be a cowboy or anything like that as a kid?
Played it as a child, but
Okay.
not a lot.
Okay. And in another time, actually one of your most recent lives, I seen you on a boat. We were talking about fishing, and I didn't quite look deep into. I don't know if it was a naval ship or you might have been a part of the fishing industry as far as a worker or something like that. Would what did your parents do, if you don't mind me asking, or your father or grandfather? Do you know what their occupation was?
Um, my biological, no, not really.
Any grandparents you know of?
Just one as a mechanic.
Mechanic. Okay. So it wasn't none of them. Yeah, I see you as I see you as one of the the people and I think they pay them pretty well, but they're on that boat for a while, um, bringing in those crabs or whatever seasonal fish or seafood they bring. Who's laughing?
That was me. I
Oh,
almost
what's so
went,
funny?
I almost went that direction after high school.
You don't see your energy is wanting to do that. That's really that's where, and that's only because you've done that before. That's where I kind of saw you at. Um, you've done it before. What did you choose doing instead?
Uncle Sam, the U.S. Army.
Okay, you went in the Navy, huh?
No, the Army.
Interesting. Did you want to join the Navy?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. So the Army. You chose the Army over. Now I know, I know it wasn't the money that changed your decision. What changed your decision to want to um, choose something over your destiny?
The first George Bush propaganda that was on the news. I felt the call of patriotism and to go defend the lies that I believed in.
So you were deceived off your path from those lies. Oh. And what do you think about, how do you, I wouldn't say feel, what are your views now? I mean, did that help awake? I'm saying that's not a bad thing now, because if you learn from that, because remember, every life, past, future, and present, is about evolution. Is about evolving to different levels, to the next level, to the next level, and the next level. Now, if you've learned at this level, meaning what you learn far supersedes that destiny, because now you have evolved to a higher level.
I'm laughing because you're speaking the truth, my brother.
The truth, brother. I could show you better. I could tell you. That's why I give people an opportunity. These two brothers know it. I mean, they wouldn't back me up on anything that I speak or say. I wouldn't be on this broadcast if I was a phony, because they would know it first.
I trust.
Absolutely.
I do trust in that. But the thought that came to my mind, my brother, is my life has been perfect. So perfect. One thing led to another. I took myself through hell, and then I discovered the spiritual path,
Hmm.
the devotion to God, and the benefits that happen with that. And there's a perfect happening that we're a part of.
Wow. Now, when you say God, are you referring to a religious doctrine, or are you referring to spirituality?
Yes, the science of spirituality.
Oh, okay. We're on the same page. Okay. Now, what are you saying?
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that this came up because in just a couple of days, it's an anniversary for me, a 7-year anniversary from when my consciousness shifted. I had a spiritual awakening, and I started my life again January 1st of 2018. So there's something mysterious and amazing that's happening. Your gift of intuition and connecting to time, I honor that, and I appreciate you sharing this.
Oh, no problem. Um, like I said, when one learns really the true art of breathing, there's certain things that I've encountered pain wise through breathing. Anybody in martial arts, you know, your breathing allows you to um, get stronger, or take blows, or kick harder or faster. Um, it's all done through breathing. And when you understand the art of breathing, you could travel through air, if that makes any sense. I'm talking on a third dimensional, physical, superficial level. I'm talking fourth and fifth dimensional
Yeah.
abilities and above. See, most people are on the physical, three-dimensional, which is, you know, physical, superficial, tangible. Although when you go up in the higher dimensions, it becomes more metaphysical.
It's all qualities of energies and energetic qualities. It's beautiful. There's an undeniable beauty and order to the chaos of life. I've
It
been
is.
learning.
Um, Whether people accept or not, I mean, it is law, universal law, and that is friction started creation. You know, all sex or sexual things are is friction between the two.
Yeah.
So all difficulty is friction. Um, Experience being the best teacher. If somebody's had a child and somebody don't have any kids is trying to tell them how to be a mother, or how they would be, or how to uh, give birth to a child. I mean, they can't tell them. You can't. A kid that don't know how to drive can't tell a driver or their parents who've been driving 30 years how to drive. It's just insane. So experience is not only the best teacher, I would say the only teacher in life.
Yes,
Basically,
sir.
experience is like experimentation. That's really what experience is. They're experimentations of science, of life. You know, life means science.
It's beautiful. So for the future, I actually have great hope and faith in the future that we are experiencing, and we're participating in a shift in humanity. And the future I can envision is one where we unite together, overcoming the divisions of wealth and authority, and we go to the truth. Set the truth free. No more secrets and lies.
Absolutely. On one of my most recent posts, I think I posted today, yeah, about Christmas. You know, on the for these are people in the three dimensions. You know, the religious people, whatever, or people that you're talking about. Um, um, we're all the same, and we're not. We're talking black talk, whatever, and we're talking science. Those three-dimensional people. Basically, what was I saying before that?
You're talking about a post you made?
Okay, right. Even about Christmas, right? In the Bible of Revelation, for the three-dimensional people out here, it reads, liars won't go to heaven. No liar will be entered into heaven, will enter into heaven. This is in the Bible, in their book. And you're celebrating a world, you've been celebrating all your life a lie. What religion of God would predicate the special day of their God's birthday predicated on a lie of Santa Claus? Just, we're talking about without logic here. Just think about, does that logically, not emotions, not fear. You go, oh, we're talking about the Lord, and oh, let's just think here. Let's talk. Does that make any fucking logical sense to anybody on this line or in this group chat?
It used to.
It made logical sense, people. When has 1 + 1 been 38? You got to explain this to me, Jack.
Well, I believed in the American dream, and to believe in that, you got to believe in lies. So I believed in all sorts of lies, and then I believed liars, and
well,
then I woke up.
Belief is a feminine energy. That's why there's so many females in religion and churches, because they don't like. Remember, they're more emotion. Belief, you deal with, how you feel. You could believe this. You don't deal with logic. So females, they love to deal with that, and I'm gonna share this too with these negative people out here in the female vessel. A lot of them are going to be encouraging you. Oh, it's just a holiday. Oh, it's okay. It's fun. Don't take it away from the kids. And she's going to weaken you, and she wants to propagate that lie. She don't want to get into the logic and she wants to do it because it feels good. Oh, it feels good on Christmas. You get gifts and blah 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 blah. Let's just celebrate. Forget the politics and blah blah blah. So a lot of you all are staying in a female energy of the witch, or I can't say that on there, although you're under her spell. She knows I know what I'm talking about. Y'all think, oh, she's so pretty and fine and beautiful, and she's so nice and soft and cuddly, and she's soft spoken. She looked like she wouldn't harm a flea. Of course, not physically. These bras they're assassins, man, within. You know what I'm saying? Within her is a tough, you know what? You know what I'm saying? That's waiting to test you every step of the way and destroy you. If your test is if you get destroyed, that's on you. She don't give a fuck. Yeah. And she's not supposed to. Right.
A lot of men get zeroed out and are at a spot where they get back to zero, less than zero sometimes, and it's hard to pull themselves up.
Right. And you can't, because you're in love, right?
Yeah.
You like Adam's ass and Assassin, they fell in love with it, bro. So, oh man, she's just so nice to me, and she makes me feel so great, and I really love her. I'm gonna give her my secrets to my powers so she can destroy my ass. Delilah, here, baby. Here's a secret. The secret is my hair. My powers is in my hair. He wake up. He wake up. My fucking hair is cut off. Who cut off my hair?
Yeah, now that Lot story's wild. Those are not his woman, but his daughters.
Oh, well, that's bullshit. Because let's think science, guys, and logic. Can a woman now? A woman could be raped. She could be penetrated, but can a woman really rape a man? You mean he can't? You mean she can make his dick hard without him wanting that? You could penetrate a female without her wanting you to penetrate because it could be penetrated. It's made to be penetrated. But you can't no woman penetrate no man. So that's some huckleberry bullshit right there. You know what I'm saying? On that idea that they raped him. You know what I mean?
He was intoxicated, right?
Even if you're intoxicated, a lot of these motherfuckers, oh, I was drunk, so you know, I molested my kids, you know, what did I do? You know, no, motherfucker. Or I was drunk and, you know, I had that gay affair with that dude, you know, I was drunk. No, motherfucker. The alcohol makes whatever shit that's in you, the alcohol brings it out of your punk ass. You meant to molest that child. You were a homosexual the whole time. What you talking about? I was drunk. Even if he is drunk. He got an erection for his daughter. That means he's ancestral. He got his wood up over his daughters. And if you look up his pictures, he look like he's having a threesome. Go look at anybody Google, because these people that, you know, the picture is worth more than 1,000. This is how these people are interpreting this. You seeing it as that, but they know, you remember the truth in plain sight. They got to give you a little clue. Because they know something, they can sit there and throw little stupid shit like that because you all don't have a brain to think. You know, you feel and believe. So as long as you don't think, you know, critical thinkers, they enslave other critical thinkers because they tricked them into this belief shit. You know, and you're not a real critical thinker if you fall into that. They started, you know, giving them a religion, you know, is this and that, and you don't have to do that. You just let yourself go free of thinking, free of logic. And so when you fall off of that, you know, you have vitality and you have a mentality. When you fall away from the mentality or mentality of men, you losing your energy, your power, your vitality.
Hey, I want to thank you guys. I'm gonna bounce out. Much love to you. Appreciate the share.
You too, Jack. I appreciate your participation, man. I hope I gave you some clue on your destiny or some understanding or about you know, more of yourself.
Thanks, Jack. Good to see you all, my friend. There he goes.
So yeah, man, you guys don't believe that horse shit, as my brother said, about Lot being raped by his daughters. Tell me that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a narrative. There's a lot of things in the book that's doesn't seem to add up. Yeah,
It's a narrative. So, yeah, man. Yeah, if you look up those pictures on that, they look like Lot's having a great threesome, man, with his baby. You know?
Well, we showed one of the first broadcasts. Like we showed a cartoon. I put up a cartoon they had of it. That looked like
oh wow.
Yeah, it looked like a they were wilding out. Yeah, so yeah, he must have felt like that before. If you take the logical thing was he must have felt like that before.
Man, science is the mentality or the man's mental state controls if his dick get hard or not. That's based on what he likes. You know, if somebody's in a joint or something, man, a dude get his dick hard from another dude taking a shower or something, we know about that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It ain't about all this goofy shit on he was drunk and all that. Yo, whatever your fetishes is, it manifests through some physical, a hint to the why is sufficient. So a scientist looks for a sign. A sign is science, math and science. So if a dude is showing a sign that he's attracted, does he have to fuck the dude in front of somebody for them to believe that? Or is a hint or enough sign enough?
Yeah, it's a red
What
flag.
do you think, Brother Ali? Brother Ali, go.
I'm here.
I mean, isn't that a sign, brother? If a dude is locked up and he get an erection in the shower, I mean, is that enough sign to pass the judgment on that dude?
Oh man, absolutely.
Right. So a sign is just science, remember we talked about street signs and you on interstate, how you get around, you're looking for signs, you know what I mean? Numbers and signs, math and science. So I drove trucks, I know about interstates and numbers and streets and all those things, man. That's all I see.
Right. For me, it's all math and science too when I drive because I can't read most of the Chinese I see. So I have to rely on math and science, because the characters, I'm not too familiar with them. But I still get to where I'm going.
Oh, their handwriting. Now they say the reason why English is opposite of Arabic, because they say like Arabic was one of the oldest languages. So Arabic is from right to left because it's supposed to be righteous. English is the opposite, so it's left to right. And all the other races are in between, meaning they write up and down, which is the neutral people or the Chinese. The Chinese man, he's neutral. And that's why they like the rice, because that's a neutral food. There's no nourishment in the rice. So the neutral people, not neutral as far as like Negro, they're neutral as far as they're not, it's hard as, they're not black, they're not white. You know what I mean? In other words, they're not completely devil and they're not original, you know what I mean? So it's they kind of in a rough place, but they that's why they have the slanted eyes. It's in between.
Yeah.
We gave them this slant across their eyes was because we knew he wouldn't see God. So to the wise man, when you say the slant on their eyes, because they believe in like positive, negative, and they'll never accept the real God. You know what I mean? Like the original man is God or whatever, like that. I mean, some of them will. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying. Go ahead.
I got showing proof on that. Like, interesting enough, in Taiwan, the island of Taiwan, this weekend on Sunday night was one of the biggest festivals they have, and it only comes around every 60 years, and it's called the Pilgrimage of Matsu, the sea god, right? Sea god's goddess, and they do these like big rituals. They do these big offerings of food and wine and all kinds of fruits and all this stuff, and they even have dancing girls like wearing like skimpy clothes, right? But check this out. Their god Matsu, though, if you look at it, it's black. It's like dark black. Very interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's cool in symbology, y'all. I'm sharing like me and you, we all know we're gods, We all know
Right.
Only thing that separates us as gods is our frequency or our level of knowledge or power. I'm saying on that operational system. We know about the Kaaba, the black stone, and the great teacher said that represents, the black nation or whatever, the black stone they kiss. They won't kiss the black man, the Arabs, but they'll kiss the black stone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was symbolic of. But they have all these little symbology things. We know about the Black Madonna. We know the Pope and the priest. They secretly worship the Black Madonna. They don't worship no white Mary. You know, you all talking about this and that. Go tell your popes and all them. They not worshiping what they're giving y'all. Secretly, they know who the real God is, and it's black. It's not white. It's a black. It's the original man. It's me on this phone. It's these brothers on this phone. As far as reflecting that, the man, the original man. That's what we are. So when we say let us make man, it's not I. We have other gods as well. And we unite our minds. I wouldn't have others and other minds and other like minds if I just wanted just to be by myself. I enjoy others' abilities and gifts that they were given as well and bring them out. You know, with your children, you mold and teach them and you bring out their gifts and their abilities. You help them to develop what's in them. That's all.
No, you're right. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people know that. That's why like they're seem to be a bit timid to come up. They don't want to. I get some of the folks, they were saying that they're working, which is cool that they're listening, but there's other people that are watching. And normally they would come up. But for whatever reason.
Well, we already sure we're not on no racial shit. We only see positive and negative. Yes, we're just the black. Hold on, let me say this, brother. It's important to say. Yes, the black man is dominant genetically and all that, but every black so-called man ain't woke. So these other Negroes, we're not counting them. They don't count. They're neutralized, right. So we don't count them.
Right. My thing is though, you're absolutely right, 100 on that. My thing is like, even if you don't believe that or know that, it's like you're missing out if you can't just put that to the side. If that's your point of contention, whoever's listening, that's afraid to come up, and you could build on. We can still build. It's like, dude, is the ego so big on you that it hurts you it's so fun. Much that someone says that the black man is God?
We're God enough to converse amongst ourselves. These people, I mean, it's cool and all. These people don't even matter, man. We have so much power.
I know that.
We have so much power on this panel, man. We have great people, man. You know, from past, future, and present. You know, the bodies may be used, you know, and don't quite recall things. Although the spirit that is on the spirits that are on this panel right now, man, is atomic. So what I was going to share, I was going to have my brother Ali bear witness. You know, it really pisses these niggas off, man. They see now is when you be like, yeah, we're talking about, you know, the black man. Or, you know, black man being, but it's not including them. You know, they think, oh, I'm a black man. I got melanated skin, so that includes me. You know, and then they get upset when we're not talking about it. You got to have a mind with that melon. That melon is not even activated if there's no mind behind it, if there's no direction. It's like what you all are under the emotions. You're in church. You're under the female energy. You're getting upset because somebody looked at you wrong or they stepped on your shoes, and you're filling up the prisons because, you know, your mama raised you to be so emotional, you know. So that doesn't count these guys, but they get really upset, brother Ali. You know what I mean? You bear me witness on that, brother.
I mean, getting upset is ridiculous. I mean, it's a moot point. I mean, upset at what? You know, because you heard some truth, you know, some truth that you can't dispute, you know, because then really, I mean, it's ridiculous for them to even try to dispute it because they don't have enough sense in their head to even understand what math and science is even about anyway to dispute it. So there it is. So the only thing they can function off of is what you were saying earlier. Is like it's just emotion. I just don't like what I heard, so I'm gonna react.
They be in their damn feelings. That's it.
Yeah. I'm gonna react.
Yeah, you Negroes got to get out your feelings, man. I'm serious. Yeah. You know, some of these Negroes, they shooting a nigga out there because he looked at their girl, but your girl is wearing your girl, your broad is setting you up, man. You know what I'm saying? She's dressing. She knows what she's wearing. Other dudes gonna be like other dudes like you, because we wouldn't even look at that broad. You know what I'm saying? Other dudes like you that's thirsty, that's worshiping abroad, is gonna look at her. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at her, and then you gonna be in your feelings. You know, because you're so overprotective. You know, you got a false identity with manhood. As you think being a tough guy is being a man, and you know, you sticking up for your girl and defending her, and she wearing some. She got her ass hanging out, her titties hanging out, but you defending the broad. Okay, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Leopard Print has a comment. She said, "Are your readings still open?"
They stay open.
Stay open. Yes. There you go. Open.
Maybe they don't like. They don't like our topics. They didn't want to hear our topics. I told you we got nuclear power on this panel.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like I learned this from both of you, but Brother Ali said it many times too. Like, if you don't like something, just keep it moving. Right? What's the point of getting all angry about it, especially if it's not really about you? You know, or for you. Yeah. So.
You know, I was mentioning about air and water. Well, air is a great way to travel. Water holds memory. That's what water does. Water, when you wash yourself, it's the soap is not cleaning you. The soap is putting a scent on you, refreshing, but the water is actually cleaning you. The water is holding on to and taking on the dirt and the different things that's on your body and rinsing it down, sweat, dirt, or whatever. It's rinsing it, you know, it's holding on to it. That's why when you see it going down the drain, it's the water that's holding that. So water, of course, holds energy, and it has it's an ageless force, and it holds ageless memory. I don't know if you ever seen the Minority Report. Remember with Tom Cruise?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were in that, the psychic lady, she was, you know, telling them, you know, who's going to commit a crime between such and such. And, you know, Minority Report was to catch people before they make the, was that?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Right. It was, they caught
There's
people
3 of them.
before they went back in time to catch people before they committed the crimes.
Mhm.
So they would catch them when they were just about to do it, and they would be charged with, you know, doing something before. I wouldn't call it premeditated, but anyway.
Well, they call it pre-crime in the book.
Pre-crime, right?
Pre-crime.
So anyway, the woman that was giving them the information on this, she stayed in water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe I'm going in too much. Where's the call?
No, that's good.
That's
No,
deep.
that was good. Yeah.
Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was her and her 2 twin brothers. Yeah.
They was in the water too.
Yeah, but they said that she was the strongest one.
In the movie, I don't remember any brothers. You remember any brothers, Ali, in there? I just remember you quoting a book.
Not offhand.
It's a book by Philip K. Dick, but in the movie she had 2 brothers and her that were in the water, submerged in the water, but she was the leader of them, the strongest one.
Yeah, the water is, you know, they showed you that. Well, they're not going to, you know, they'll just give you a hint of it, but water acts like a medium, you know, for someone who's a clairvoyant or someone who's dealing with going back and when you're moving dimensionally like that. Let me think. Let me give you an example. Just like when you're having a really heavy dream, and that dream wakes you up in the middle of the night. Usually, a lot of times you'll be thirsty. You'll go down to the kitchen and get a drink of water. You know, because, man, that water is necessary, man, for you in the middle of the night when you're dimensionally, when you're moving and shifting like that. You know, it requires water. Water is a medium that helps to make that possible.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely.
The scene.
What'd you say?
The scene's on. I put the scene.
Oh, the woman in the water.
Yes. Yeah. In the water.
Mhm.
Oh, we got a leopard print. I think she's up for a reading. Let me bring her up. A good friend, leopard print. How's it going, sis? Good to see
Hey,
you.
good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
brother Ali, brother Supreme. This is my good friend, leopard print. Number one mod.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Righteousness.
Hi,
with
nice to
shadow.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ali, Ali and Supreme. I'm on my phone. I can barely read. See, Supreme Creator, Supreme and Ali. Nice to meet you. What up, NPC?
How's it
Righteousness.
going, leopard? Thanks for coming in.
Going pretty
Thanks for
good.
coming in.
Yeah, I'm here. I've never
Yeah.
had a past life reading. I want to. I just had to go grab some crystals and get all like,
Mm.
get grounded.
Get ready, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
She has such a
Awesome.
you have such a sweet voice. I like your voice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's super sweet. Super sweet. This person is a real one right here.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Um.
that.
Well, let's get it started. Did you just come online now, or did you hear the Jack? I gave him a reading earlier on what I asked him.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening.
Oh, okay. All right. So, if you can take 5 deep breaths for me, we're gonna travel in air. You know, air travel.
Yeah.
So, take 10 deep breaths. I mean, 5. Excuse me.
Hmm.
I only need 5, and then I'll take my breaths, and I will find you. And after you take those breaths, go to a quiet, favorable place or a peaceful place and just relax there. And I'll find you.
Okay. Okay.
And let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I found you. I found you in the either the 1700s or 1800s.
Okay.
you have at least 2 or 3 children, and you're married, but your husband, you only see him very rarely, and you like it like that. Are you in a relationship right now where you hardly ever see your husband or boyfriend or whatever? Or do you like that?
My last relationship was like that. I'm not in one at the moment.
Well, my question is, do you enjoy, and that's really in accord with that's really feminine nature too, because a lot of you guys think a woman, wants y'all laying all next to her and cuddling her every 5 minutes, and she might just want you just to leave her the fuck alone for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Let
Yeah.
let her build up wanting to hug you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that tracks. That tracks.
So, now are you saying that's true, that you do like space, sort of say?
Yes,
Because I see that
I
you
do.
enjoy your space, as far as, you don't like a guy up under you like that, which is natural.
That's true. Yeah, that's true for sure.
Yeah. It doesn't mean she doesn't enjoy a man now, guys. It's just that it just becomes annoying, man. You guys just don't know how annoying you guys are with this cupcake shit, man. Like, oh man, we're gonna cuddle, we're gonna watch a movie, and you know, then
Yeah.
we're gonna fall asleep cuddled up together, and you know what I'm saying? You guys have no idea, buddy.
Mhm.
I don't even deal on that level unless the woman it's her. The things you all are really doing is really reverse. Really, the woman should be, you know, requesting that from you when she wants that, when she's ready. Really, y'all are just sniffing behind her, and it's really, emasculating. You all just don't have any idea about that.
Mhm. I can't argue that.
Yeah,
It's a fine line though, right? Because we do like attention.
yeah, you do. Although, you like it more when it's earned, though. If a guy's just giving you, if a guy's on your Facebook, there's 10,000 guys in your Facebook looking at every picture you have. You all can go to Facebook for all that attention stuff on that kind of thing. So, and that's
Yeah.
just, those dudes is just lame as hell. You know what I mean? 10,000 dudes liking a picture.
Yeah, I suppose we like the chase too, the missing,
Yeah,
the
I was saying, she got to chase me. You know, if she don't chase me, I'm gonna replace her. So it's either a chase or a replace. That's what she gets with me.
we need to make merch that says that chase or replace.
Chase or replace.
Rhyming, huh?
I let these other guys do. They can do it. They can do all the chasing and in their inbox. Can I get a date? And hell, they doing sending them $500 for a feet photo. I mean, these dudes is doing some weird shit out here, man. Like what? What fool gives $500 for? You don't even know if they her. She can send you a picture of her daddy's feet, man. Like how the fuck you gonna know? Like, I mean, to a man, this type of stuff is really weird. To her too, she's like, to the woman, you guys, she sees you guys as creeps or weirdos, you know. But if somebody will give me $100 to look at my feet, I'll take their money too. I don't blame brother. Hey, brother Ali, if somebody said they wanted to give you $500 to take a picture of your toes, brother.
He's gonna do it.
No, no. No, I mean, I mean, I'll get a picture of somebody else's
Yeah, I
toes and
said
give it
somebody
to them,
else's,
but
right?
yeah. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's weird
I'll
for me.
take
I
their
mean,
money.
yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit of a creep myself. I ain't gonna lie, but I keep my creepiness in check.
He's very honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I keep it in check.
I hear you. But yeah, man, it's just a lot of weird dudes nowadays, man. Like, remember we used to like back when you look at somebody sideways, like you eat pussy, like we drink, if you drinking that, you out passing a bottle or something, you don't eat pussy, dude. That's what the guys just ask you. They look
Yeah, I
at you
remember that.
sideways. Now these niggas is eating booty, man. Like, how do you go from eating pussy to eating booty? That's just weird.
Yeah,
Mm.
it is what it is. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And
I
all
don't
that
know.
stuff come in from prison. The dudes in prison, that's their thing. They can't eat. That's really where it came from. That answers the question. It came from so many niggas going to prison eating booty because they couldn't eat no pussy. Then you come out eating booty. I'm like, oh, it's cool to eat some booty, man. I did it in prison. It's cool.
Yeah.
Or you hide it from the chick, that you was in a joint eating booty. So instead, you ask her if you can eat her booty, because that's really what you was doing in the joint. See how it worked? That's where it comes from. And enough
Don't
niggas
go
that
to
go to prison,
jail.
man. Huh?
I said, don't go to prison, kids.
Absolutely.
I know, man. What? And America now is the most imprisoned country in the world. The richest country in the world, the so-called most freest country in the world. They say in America, they send more people to prisons. They have more built prisons than they do sending people to college. This is their statistics.
Hmm.
Just think about that. So and they're all in there, systematically, because they had a single mom, and they were emotional, because always something emotional somebody does when they're not using their brain. Even if they, you can't be. When you're going into a liquor store with no mask on, and the most the guy has in there is $200, and you're risking your life for that, you can't be at a mental state. You can't be adding up like, damn, if I rob this dude for $200, are they gonna give me the same time as if I robbed the bank? And if I'm gonna rob somebody that only got $200 behind the counter or the drawer or whatever, because they know not to keep that much. They already know because they've been robbed enough, so they're not gonna keep that much money there. See, this is thinking. You think, people think about those kind of things. Like, does that add up? Is that worth? Is 5 cents worth $1? Just like they got them paying. How much was that damn thing? They paid $1 something. They were paying $1. I went to one of them convenience stores. There was those foreign air places there to get some gas or something. And I glanced over at the ramen. And Top Ramen, we all know they're like 10 cent, 13 cent noodles. He had a price on there like $1.39 or something for one pack. These Negroes did any math. They had any logic or any math. They would know, like, damn, if I put up another $2, I can get me a whole box of these damn things. You know what I mean? But they have an average mind. Remember, the average mind deals with the event. So they're looking at the event. They're looking at right now. Large minds deals with ideas. Small minds deals with the event. You all remember me teaching on this before, right? Brothers?
Yeah. Yes.
So when you're a large mind, you're seeing the idea. You're seeing the whole totality. You're looking at everything. You're adding up everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to get 15 years for robbing. Matter of fact, should I rob a bank anyway? I mean, should I go to school? Should I learn a trade? Maybe I should do this. Should I maybe learn business? Should I get into real estate, etc.? I mean, you can think about these other. The problem is thinking. That's what is non-existent today, is people's ability to think. And that's why I'm raising the question today. This is to all Christians. If your religion or Christ or whatever is this and that. Why are you all lying? And is that a lie? Why are you all defending a lie? Saying, oh, it's just, it's just no. So that's what a devil does. It's just lack. They always play that music, to lower your guard and put you at a lax. What's that? What's that frequency? Is it a beta state? I forgot what's the lowest frequency of brainwave where you're like your pulse is like small, like meaning you're hardly thinking. It's like a sleep state. What's the sleep state, brother manifestation, as far as frequency?
Beta is pretty low, and then they got theta.
Right, they're at the theta. That means you're like at a sleep state. You're technically. This is what seriously, man. This is what they mean by the sleeping dead or the dead, or you're you're at a non-thinking because you're not conscious when you're asleep. So you're like you're dead. And when it talks about raising the dead, that means I have to come and get you to think. That don't mean I'm gonna heal you and make you out of the ground. Some of y'all been shot and been eaten by fish. How the hell am I gonna bring you back to life? And you've been ate up before by lions, so to say. The lions done shitted you out, and I'm gonna bring you back from the dead. Are you serious? No, your mental state. You're at a dead zeta mental state, and I'm getting you to think that how the hell you serving a religion of the birthday of your God on a lying ass belief in a Santa Claus. If it is a true religion, you just celebrate your God's birthday and holiness and leave the lies and bullshit alone. Or paganism. Because we all know Moloch is really the god of this world. That's the owl, that's the Baphomet and all that these people of this world serve and worship. The entertainers, the people Bohemian Grove, they worship Moloch and other Satanists in government and the entertainment. So we know whose birthday that is on we know why there's lying on that day. We know why. And in your Bible, another reason we were sharing earlier, in your Bible, it tells you people who lie go to hell. So you're saying your God wants you to lie? He wants you to do something that's going to put you in hell? That he said? So I'm raising questions. The question mark. The question mark will get the quest will make you think. Because you don't know how to think for yourself and make your own quest. So I have to give you a question and give you a quest. You're gonna say, well, why are we doing that? Like, it is lying. I mean, let's just keep it 100. There is no Santa. We're buying the shit. There's no Easter bunny. I mean, Easter bunny doesn't lay eggs. What's the point? This is I forgot what day they call that, a Passover, whatever. And we don't want to talk about Halloween. They call Devil's Day already. So knock off the bullshit and play the game, man.
Right. Hey, Brother Supreme.
Yes, sir.
So you said that leopard print was around in the 1800s, and she had children and a husband that
right.
wasn't around much.
Her husband
she liked it like
came
that.
around because I didn't see him at first. I was like, damn, is she single? Does she, he wasn't there at first. Then I was like, I saw him. Well, I saw him, but what I mean, not like I know what he looks like or whatever. I saw him there, and but it was like he wasn't there because, and then I went further on why that was, and that was because he only came around. I don't know if he was in the service or whatever, but he only came around every now and then. He wasn't like there every day. She wasn't, because she kind of seemed like a single parent with two or three children. She had like two children she was holding, and I was like, is she a single mom? But then he was there, although he wasn't there consistently. if that makes any sense.
Mm.
Would she like to know more about herself? We can go deeper.
If you're willing, I have a little bit more
Yeah, I
time.
just because of time restraints, these things take time, and you are probably like, "Damn, when is he gonna come back?" But I have to find you, and I have to watch you a little bit. I have to go and I have to go back. It's like time travel. I have to actually travel to that time and find you. Then I have to watch enough things that's going on for me to bring back your destiny. And I'm not watching you like Back to the Future. Why? I'm watching your soul.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it on then.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Go back to that place. And hopefully, because
Okay.
I get some of you all's anxiety sometimes. I can feel it.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Sorry.
If some of you all could just
Okay.
be patient so I can come back with a lot more. I'll try not to be too long, like a couple of minutes or something. And whatever I find I'll come back with, I'll come back.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay. Go back to whatever place you were originally. That's where I'm going to find you at.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been into fashion by any chance? Because I was wondering how you were supporting the children or staying busy, sort of say, while your husband wasn't around. And I saw you sewing and making clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. Not like high fashion, but fashion. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a passion for fashion?
I do have a passion for fashion.
Okay. Well, you were doing that. That's how you, I guess, supported yourself or whatever you needed to do. And you had two sons, and first I thought it was a daughter and a son. Different. See they're the same age, so they were like twins. Is there any twins in
Uh,
your bloodline?
Not that I know of, but I'm fascinated by twins.
Okay, what's your fascination? Would you like to have? Do you have any kids?
No.
Okay, so would you like want two sons, sort of say?
I don't know. I think I would want girls. I
Okay,
had
you would want
a
girl,
pregnancy that I lost.
but would you want twins or what? Because you said
I'm yeah, I'm
fascination with
fascinated with
twins.
them.
Like, what's your fascination with twins?
I just think they're
Okay,
magical.
would you want your kids to be?
Yeah.
You are you not understanding the question I'm asking?
I
Would
just
you want would you want kids that are twins? Yes or no?
yes.
That's the only thing we want. Okay, yes. Because I was like, man, how can we get a yes or no out of her? You know what I mean?
Sorry.
You was all over the place. I'm like, okay, be still, man. Just keep it simple here. Yes or no. So yes,
Okay.
you
Yes.
you would want that. Okay. So that's what I saw. So you want that again. You had that before and you want that again. And you're aligned with your passion as far you do you make clothes now? Because you could well, you was a hell of a person that could sew, boy. Like you was the best person that could sew around.
Well, I can't sew in this life very well. I did take a sewing class. I tried. I'm not that good at it. I'm a,
Okay.
yeah.
So what do you mean by you have a passion for fashion? You're saying you're not in the industry or you would like to, or you just have a passion to do that you haven't yet discovered or explored.
Well, like I did try to take some fashion classes and learn sewing, and it wasn't very good at it. But like fashion to me is like just the way I dress is a form of expression and an artistic expression. So I have a fashion, like a passion for fashion in that regard that it's like self-expression. And I don't really dress like most people, I guess. I have a style. I have style.
There you go.
Okay. So I would say an upgrade for yourself now because we're not in the 1800s anymore. So there's really no need. People that people that are deeply in the fashion industry, they have other people. They just invent the designs or the ideas. They're not actually behind a uh sewing machine like that anymore. So
Hmm.
the passion is still there um to make clothes or design clothes and whatnot. And maybe you just have an upgrade. Maybe um you just need to utilize your passion for it. It's not really necessary at this level to actually sew. Maybe at the time that was the only way you can design your own fashion was that you had to sew it yourself. You didn't have factories and clothing factories and machines now that make the clothes and third world countries making clothes for people and stuff like that. You had to do it yourself, you know. So maybe because you were able to sew so well was your passion for fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying, you can still pursue your energy. You don't have to stop or become discouraged. You could still achieve it because it's your passion. Anything,
Right. God.
you know,
Yeah.
some people became the greatest basketball and football players and builders and investors because mothers or whatever or father they had a passion for it. You know, I'm not saying fathers should have a passion. You should just do it because you know it's your. I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying it, also. Although, but anyways, I won't go off topic. Anything someone is passionate about, they're gonna give it 110%. That's all I'm saying.
I
Like me,
appreciate that.
My passion is truth and knowledge and helping people. I enjoy helping people. That's why um, I would say the path chose me because I'm perfect for the path of helping people.
Well, you're helping me right now. I appreciate that insight. It really resonates. I actually teared up. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. If we had more time, I, meaning like I would be able to give you more in depth. I can watch your movie a lot longer. I was just watching clips of your life movie.
Yeah, I don't want to
Although,
take up all your time. I just
no,
got
it's.
school
I mean,
now. I
it
appreciate
wouldn't
it.
be enough time for me to share the whole movie with you. We wouldn't have the time. It would have to be like um over days or something like that to really give you. In other words, when you're talking about a life movie, you ain't talking about 2 hour movie. You're talking about you're trying to sum up everything that person did throughout all their years in that life.
Through, yeah,
A movie,
multiple
they try
lives.
to summarize everything up in 2 hours. Although everything's always a summary. And remember, a movie is nothing except a pattern of your mind, of your memory base. You remember
Yeah.
things in segments, in summaries. Nobody remembers every tenth of a second of you, although you remember parts. They call it parts. I'm saying summaries of it. So you remember
Mm.
certain parts in the movie. The movie doesn't start off with, sometimes it go from the guy waking up 3 years later, or you know, uh never using the bathroom. They skip all that, you know. You
Mm.
don't see nobody hardly doing that in the movie because they skip all that or going to sleep that night. They'll just whatever they want to continue from or part or summary, that's where they start. And that's how the mind of the memory is. It's all in segments.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna just sit with what you shared with me, and thank you graciously, and listeners, just keep listening to what you guys are talking about. I'm really happy to have met you. Thank you again. One day I want to hear how you came about knowing you had this gift. One day. And
Good,
let's,
good question.
yeah.
Well, uh yeah, certainly. I'm on uh I was gonna say I'm not like Ben Sampson, weak ass Adam or nothing. Although I'm untouchable, so and that's because of my, no one can do what I'm doing. I could tell everybody, just like I shared with you a minute ago about water and air and traveling. If it's not meant for you, if that door is not meant for you, you're not going to be able to do that because you only can do everybody, we all are doing what's meant for us. Or as we were saying, like I was sharing with you, your life journey. That's all you can do. I'm doing, when I said my passion is helping people, I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I'm I'm in accord with my passion. I'm being my passion. There's one thing to follow your passion, is another thing to be your passion. I'm being my passion. I'm not following nothing. That means your passion, you need to catch up with your passion and be your passion.
How did you find your passion? How did you know?
Well, I noticed things that I enjoy doing most, like dancing, things that I actually get pleasure from, and things that a person gets more pleasure from, or that's more pleasurable to them, are the things they're going to favor to do most.
Mm.
And that's on any level. That can be some guys they like oral sex, you know what I mean? So that's their passion for what they like. Uh so it's on any level. I mean, some people like gambling, they can't get out the kitchen. They getting what they call those 1-800 numbers they have now for people that have gambling problems. They gambling away their rent, their every damn thing. They got kids, and so some people, they just passionate about the wrong things, or that's still their passion. Um To him, he gets off. To you, that's like, okay, that's stupid as hell. You're gonna bet your rent money at a poker table or at a blackjack table. But to him, that rush he got, that's better than sex to him. It's the what if factor, they call it. Am I still here?
You're still here. You heard.
Okay, I'm like, what happened?
I was
So
just listening.
people
here.
get high off the what if factor. There's some people that race and climb cliffs and other, what if this, what if that. But that's for people that's on the lower emotional level. A real person, we don't, a real man doesn't need all that. We get enough head rush by thinking, by coming up with ideas, and it's all mental and inward. We don't need no emotional rush, physical adrenaline and that type of stuff. Um, our rush is activating, utilizing our mind. And thinking.
Any more questions? Leopard print? Yeah. Anybody?
My boy.
I'm sorry, y'all.
my-
I have to get back to my mom.
Okay.
oh, is that who is
Yeah.
it? I did hear somebody calling you or something.
Yeah. She's a very righteous person taking care of her mother, man. Really. That's when I really mean it. Like one of the best people I met online. Yeah.
Aw. You might have heard my dog who's like snoring and grunting. I don't know what he's doing. He's crazy. You might have heard him, but I have to jump down. Thank you again. It was nice to meet you. And you don't even know that. I mean, you probably do know. That was really touched me, though. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Take care,
Definitely.
Leopard print.
Take
All
care.
right,
Righteous
bye,
peace.
guys. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Hey, can you put my post up? I post today for I guess viewers to see it on the Santa Claus thing I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. I'll
It's
pull it
really
up.
up to date. Is what we really want. These are questions for the Christians to help wake them up. Because if they don't, we are in a dimensional time, man, where everything is speeding up, including your innermost wants or secrets, man. Meaning, if you like negativity and all these other different detrimental things, because of the speed of time, those things we're in the laws of attraction now, and you speed time and attraction up. That means those things are going to come to you almost instantaneous, really quick. When people say, be careful what you ask for, it just might take place or something. Well,
Mhm.
that law's always been. That's nothing except attraction. All these people, they haven't escaped our laws. you may have escaped the laws of this so-called land or the laws on this third dimensional plane, but because you don't know about the fourth, fifth, and uh, higher dimensions and beyond, doesn't mean that you're not under our system or judgment. So you've been magnifying things to you and attracting things to you. You just haven't been aware of them beyond a higher uh, level than a third dimension.
But the Supreme, this post, was it it's a Thanksgiving Christmas one? It's from I'm not seeing the Christmas one.
No, it's got the Santa Claus. It's on my what's the background?
It's the profile is let me see.
The cover. It's
Oh,
on my
that one. Yeah, I see it. Your wall photo, you're saying.
yeah, my wall one. Okay,
Yeah, I got you.
my
Let me
profile.
pull it
My
up. It's okay. We got it.
me is all. It's all on my profile. So I'm like on my profile, and then Santa.
Hey,
So
Brother Supreme, compare
yes, sir.
the energies of a leopard print to last week, the woman we had on. This one was very feminine. Huh? This is
Which one?
this sister compared to the little bit of chaos we had last week with our female
Oh.
guest.
Oh, but if you notice, remember what she said? Didn't she say? Oh no, she said her and her husband both wear the pants or something. I forgot what she said.
Right.
She was he was basically, and I said he must be doing something to get you, to feed that bad boy. We call it the bad boy emotion in him.
Mm-hmm. Bad boy. Yeah, let me bring the post up real quick.
Because basically, a lot of these dudes, you think that like your woman, she wants you to be all nice and sweet to her 24/7, and she just might want you just to fucking just loke up on her one day. You know, she might even aggravate that out of you. Just say, man, let me see if this motherfucker, and it like after 5 hours, you finally say, what the fuck you hit me for? Or why are you doing? But she's trying to get it. She's just trying to see how much of a bitch is in you. How far can I just poke this motherfucker and get on his nerves and talk shit about him and call him all these MFs and he ain't nothing, or fuck some dude on him and he still wants to be back with me. Anyways, the women, they know I know these things. It's just the guy, it's just you all don't. You never know. Although I know. I'm all knowing. So I know. You don't doubt me, do you? I know, believe me. I'm not believe me. Know that I know.
Absolutely, you got it. Yeah, we got the. I got the screenshot for you.
Okay, can you make it a little bigger?
No.
Oh, okay. Now, let's see.
Let me take this part down real quick.
What do you have? Santa Claus and the devil together. In Revelations, it reads, all liars will be in a lake of fire and brimstone. If some of y'all can see it, which is called the second death. It even shows the elf. They're so stupid. Nobody even cares what an elf is. An elf is a demon. An elf ain't never been an angel. When you say Santa, Satan, and his elves, that's Satan and his demons. But you guys are so, the entertainers and all them, they know what y'all are into. What's that, brother?
They're actually honest about it in the Netherlands and parts of Europe, where they actually have the Santa Claus looks like a demon and his elves are
Wow.
literally very demonic. They look just like this, actually. They're
You
honest
said
about
they
it.
honest.
Yeah. They cupcake us, or some of us in America, when in fact these guys were stealing children.
Hmm.
Uh,
And all these, if anybody knows about Moloch or Nimrod, which is the birthday of December 25th, he sacrificed all holidays are predicated around your children. Easter is for the kids. Y'all, they always
Mhm.
get you, oh, it's for the kids. But you don't, a gift is nothing but an offering. What do you give during Christmas? You give gifts. They're offerings.
Mhm.
So he wanted offerings to your children. Now, you might say, oh, we're getting gifts for the kids. But symbolically, you would have been offering them kids to Moloch for him to sacrifice them or kill them, which they still do in Bohemian Grove today. Your presidents, your senators, all these pedophiles, they're predators to children. Children to them are of the weak, or innocence to them is weak and it needs to be punished. So they want to kill innocence. So they want to turn your children into freaks and showing them all these sexist videos, and the whole world wants to twerk. Every girl is not a girl today unless she can twerk.
Yeah.
For real, they got these little girls twerking as young as 5 years. Soon as they can walk, they teach these niggettes, man. They something else, man. And we got we talk the most evilest nigga. We got the most evilest broads, witches you can imagine, man. I mean, just straight. I mean, they teaching our babies to twerk at 2 years old. They putting all this negative. That's why they're making the niggas. Who if it's not the broads making the niggas that's filling up the prisons, who's making them? Daddy's not around, so you can't say niggas are making niggas. It's a nigget. The nigget is making these niggas. She's doing that. This is what she can make being alone when she has them. So we let everything play out to the negative, the max. Remember, when you're dealing with a scientist or a science, we're looking at it. We wouldn't have seen this with the naked eye. We would have never imagined this this black woman, this queen you all call her, walking down the street shameless with her ass cheeks hanging out her ass, with no bra on, hair ain't been combed, ain't took a shower, walking down the street like she's the shit on a stick.
Right. Yep. Leopard Prince said, "Thank you very much for your time, for your reading. Thanks again," she said.
Oh, okay. So you made me lose. I was on an idea here, so I don't know what we went
It's
off.
part of the it's
I
part
was
of the
really
YouTube.
no.
Sorry, it's part of
I was breaking down. It's part of who?
it's part of the broadcast. So every now and then I try not to interrupt, but some of
Oh,
the
okay.
stuff I have to bring it up, especially when someone's giving thanks.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Uh, run your house, man. I mean, I don't have that. I
Yeah.
just didn't understand what we're doing there.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you explained yourself, that makes a lot of sense. We had to take that's a commercial, brother. Give it a shout out, So
Right.
I respect that, man. It's nothing wrong with it. You all know I always would acknowledge. I don't have access to what you're looking at, although
Mhm.
I always acknowledge the people in the chat, or if they're participating, especially you know.
Mhm.
So I'm really huge on individuals that participate.
Yeah.
I mean, what is
Uh,
there? What is there left if there's no participation? What do we have?
they don't have much. No.
What did you say?
Oh, you said you were speaking on this ratchet ghetto behavior. I don't know if you probably seen this before, but this is probably the best example I've seen in recent years. I'll play this right now.
And then laugh in your face.
So,
Anyway, I'm gonna show you what Kevin's talking about. Give it some context. These damn women are out control in Chicago. Check out this video. Green hair. Look good on it though.
Look at all this
Oh
emotionalism.
hell,
What the hell?
that's crazy. Burgundy, green, and y'all wonder why Walmart's leaving town. That dude's fine.
Oh my God.
look what she did.
What is this?
She ain't over yet. Look what
Yeah, it
happened.
gets worse everybody.
She flipped her car. You see that?
Propensity
Flipped the car.
green, and y'all wonder
All
why
over
Walmart's
emotion.
leaving town.
This is the emotion. Right.
That dude's fine.
Yeah, her car.
Yeah, it gets worse everybody.
Oh my God.
Propensity for violence.
But that's what we were sharing, brother, about the emotion. That's the lower self. Your emotions, your lower self. You know. And you see how that negative energy, remember I said it's coming back almost instantaneous. All that energy that she came with, it almost returned to her instantaneous.
Right.
Like while she was doing that negativity was following her. Her shadow, or whatever you all want to call it, you know, your shadow is always following you. Her shadowed energy. How can I explain? It's just like physics, man. When you're running, the faster you run, the more tired you're gonna get because you're going against the force. It's gonna take a toll on your body. The force is gravitational laws, etc. So when you push against gravity, it has a reactionary force. It has something to react. So yeah, man, that's that animalistic. Now, if she's raising a son, if she's a crazy broad like this, imagine her with kids. How's she gonna? What is she gonna install in her babies? Think about that.
Yeah.
Brother Ali, what do you think she's gonna teach her? They're gonna be doing that or worse. These are the people that's filling up the prisons. But in your mind, you'll say, "Oh, where's Brother Ali at? I need to get him in here, man." Brother Ali, he's an expert at this. As far as are born for where did the brother go? He left?
He's here. I mean, he's here.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if he heard you.
He
Maybe
probably
he
went
stepped away.
from
Or he's
Right.
asleep or something.
home.
Brother Ali.
What'd you say?
Okay. I was calling his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably stepped aside, man. 'Cause we're on I told you we'd be on a different plane. He just he's on he would definitely have built on this one here.
Yeah.
Because he's an
His
enforcer,
wheelhouse.
you know what I mean? That's my enforcer, you know. I'll put it like this. God or a creator is nothing without laws. All gods have to have a law, whether in his household or whatever. There must be laws and principles that he has. And what I was just mentioning a minute ago with the nigget that flipped her car over, he didn't understand there were metaphysical laws. She didn't understand the metaphysical laws of what she was doing. That's called ignorance. She ignored the truth.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it doesn't mean that
Mhm.
a creation is not governed by laws. That's the real government. Not this little hogwash out. You can go and manipulate a court, although you can't manipulate creation. That's where you're going to lose. We didn't construct creation to be manipulated. So
No, sir.
there's no way you can manipulate it. Now they've tried. Um, I know they said a thing as far as like they used to put guns and drugs in the community and let niggas kill themselves so the government wouldn't have to reap those penalties because they'll say, you know, they did it themselves. Um, that's one way some of them try to manipulate the law of karma, you would call, or um, some of our attraction laws. Because there's more than this. You all just know of one law of attraction. There's many types of attractions. Some of them are the attractions of certain partners you all have. That you can't even explain how you all met together or how you keep coming across a certain person. Or some of you all keep repeating the same lifestyle. You keep attracting those same things. So there's even different laws of attraction beyond what some of you all know. I lost you too now, brother Manifestation. What's going on?
I'm here. I'm listening. I got two
Okay, I'm
ears. I'm
like,
listening.
like my brother. Oh, was
Yeah,
that? It must have been profound, huh? You like that, huh?
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I find that if I move to say something, I'll say something. But until then, I can take in, soak up all the wisdom.
Oh, okay.
And also, too, somebody wants to come on
Oh,
the.
that's
Oh, here. So
wisdom.
we got someone who wants a reading. Just say no.
Okay.
Let me bring him up real quick. Just say no. How's it going?
Just say no. It sounds like a. It's not one of those. What they
I don't
call
know
that?
who it is.
The
None of that. I
Public
just want to read.
service.
what's the
You just
people
want a
that
reading?
trolls? I
Nah,
was saying.
I'm never a troll. I just want to
Oh,
get
this
a
is
Oh,
reading,
Morris.
brother.
Morris, how's it
Nah,
going,
oh,
Morris?
okay.
nah, we just want to get a reading.
We
Yeah,
had a
remember?
troll on the
Yeah.
last time you brought that guy on.
You
Yeah,
you
Forgot his
you
name.
spoke to Just Say No before. How's it going? We
Yes,
spoke to him
sir.
like maybe 2 broadcasts ago. Yeah,
Oh,
good
okay.
to see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You know it. You know it. You know I'm down for the crown. I just want to get a
that's
reading,
right.
brother. I just want to get a reading, and I just tapped in to the
Hmm.
me and I like when this is going on. You know,
Hmm.
it's not. I really literally just tapped in. I just caught the end of the Negress and shit. But
Oh yeah.
I just wanted, I just
Oh,
wanted
that
to
little
see.
car crash incident.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
did you think about that, man?
I mean, I agree. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there ain't no buts. But I agree. But I just wanted to see what the reading was like.
Okay. Cool.
If that's cool.
Yes, sir. Uh, all I need from you is just 5 deep breaths. Go into a quiet, peaceful place, and then let me know when you're ready. I'll find you.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, give me a couple of minutes.
Hope it don't disturb anything. But peace, brother. Manifestation, brother. Love, brother. Love. You know what I'm talking about. I see you. I like you still doing your thing. I'm glad you're still popping. I'm glad you're still keeping it active.
Hey, appreciate you acknowledging that, man. I'm always it's always a great day when I talk to you, tap in with you, brother. Thanks for coming up.
Love it, brother. I'm still on it.
All right, I'm back. You're still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Still here, man.
All right, man. What can I share? How can I put this?
Don't bust me out now, please. Don't bust me out.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, shit.
What do you say?
Um, I really just being facetious. I was just saying. I was asking for mercy, so you don't blast me for my promiscuous, diabolical, debaucherous ways. But I do just want to hear what you got to say, and I'm open and I'll receive.
No, I mean, you were just you've spent some time being a woman before in your past life. So it's not I'm trying to judge you or nothing, you
I've
know.
heard that. I've heard that before. I've heard that I heard I was an Asian woman that lost a child in a past life. So
Who'd you hear that from?
um just people in my past.
That's a really deep phenomenon to switch genders, man. Um, that means of course, you got some power. You know what I'm saying? Although, because you've been on both sides before. Um, I don't know if you being a woman in your past has something to do with your promiscuous. I forgot what you said. You said you're promiscuous or something.
Yeah, not at all. But yes, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
So it's just interesting. I haven't looked into why you've changed genders and forms and different things. Just
Yeah,
on what I know, what I was able to see.
yeah. I don't know why I would do that
When
either.
because all I did is what you permission me to do, which is look into your past. And when I looked into your past, I saw, feminine energy. I saw you as a woman. That's what you were.
I get it.
And
I
and
accept.
yes, sir. But I wasn't trying to judge you or nothing.
Oh yes, yeah. I accept. I accept.
That ain't what this is here, brother. You know what I mean? We deal with nothing but positivity, man. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, my brother. I just want to hear
Hey,
your. I just want to check your Shaolin style.
yes, sir. Are you cool?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Appreciate you, bro. Uh, what else were we talking about?
The reading.
Right. What did you say about it?
I said I asked you to not blast me for anything that I do or do not know. Basically, I'm
But
asking.
what do you mean by that? Why would I blast you though? Why would you get that energy
I
from
mean,
me?
because
About I'm
because
not about that.
I don't because I say that because I don't understand the mythology or your understanding or your comprehension or how you perceive
I know what I'm
masculine.
saying. I don't come I'm not a negative individual, bro. So I'm saying I wouldn't
Yes,
come
sir.
at you like that because that's not you must have been dealing with too many niggas out there or something because that's not me. We real gods here, man. We original beings. We not That's niggas
Indeed.
what niggas would do. You know what I mean? Coming some hate on somebody and nigga. I want the best for everybody. I don't hate on. There's no, when a person has the energy to hate on somebody, that's like self-neglect. That's like that
Right.
energy you could be spending on yourself to heal and better yourself. Instead, you're giving it to somebody else that's
Indeed.
prospering in life that you want to be or what you want to do and what you want to where you want to go. But because you don't have the courage to go out and do it yourself, then you sit there and you hate on somebody else. That's a way that is beyond negative. That's
Yes.
true nigga shit. And that's what they do. And that's why they never get nowhere because they waste all their energy on nothing. Neutral.
And I guess I said that because I've frequented this channel before, and I haven't met too many brothers that know how to read or can. I just want to peep the style or the way you articulate a past life. That's
Yes,
all that
sir.
is. It's no sticks and stones break my bones. I just wanted to check
Oh, right,
and
right.
yeah, I just wanted to check and see if I've heard anything familiar. That's all.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So you was like comparing it to the notes or whatnot, or what
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
already know.
yeah. Or
Okay,
what
that's
or what I've already heard from people who, because past life, that's a different level of reading, so to speak. So
yes,
yeah,
sir.
I haven't heard of any brothers. So I just want to hear what a brother got to say. And you already, I don't, I can't say I agree or disagree with what you said, but it's up to me to understand how that apply to me. And that's all I'm just wanting to hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you too much more information because you're a medium, and I just want to hear what you get. I just want to know your impressions, and I'm not arguing with you, not debating. I just want to hear
Yes,
you. I
sir.
just, I just want to hear you flow with it. You feel?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. You know, this is actually a gift that I have,
I
or a
believe
power
so.
that I have.
I believe
You know,
that. So I'm
and
not
that's why I had
coming.
the brother put. He originally had psychic readings. I said, "Oh no, man, this ain't just no psychic reading, man. I go into past lives.
Yeah,
Enjoy doing it too."
and that's also why I said don't blast me, because if because I did see that change up. It was psychic, then it changed. I'm automated. I'm online. I'm always up. So that's why I said I was just saying don't because the first impression that come to you, you might be like, oh yeah, you bitch ass nigga. No, hold
No,
on, man. Just
oh hell no. I'll
scale
never
back.
diss my brother, man.
Nah,
You know
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
be I wouldn't be
Nah,
building
nah,
with
that's
any.
not
Well, it's
me,
not
man.
building. That's destroying. Yeah, but
But
never like
I
that.
don't know. I'm
We
a
give understanding, right? Well, that's some feminist stuff, man. With somebody's
yeah.
gonna sit there and
But
and
if I was
get
listening like that, like, and you say I was a woman in a past life, I'd be like, I would feel disrespected. But I'm
right.
not, because I I'm with you, brother. I just want to hear,
You know, I know something most people don't know
yeah,
that you
hell yeah,
already looked into.
hell yeah, hell
That
yeah,
And
that
also, when I'm
reading,
speaking from your soul, I'm reading your soul. I'm not reading uh what other people read. I'm looking
yeah,
at the
yeah.
essence of you.
And that's how I'm taking it. So I that's why I was just asking for you, don't put my business out, because because but I really don't care. But I just want you to pop off
Oh,
and
so
see
you
what.
so you didn't want me to share your complete reading as far as that is what you so you were like picking up that what I was picking up. Okay, so you
Yeah,
didn't. Okay, well, was my delivery okay?
I mean, you just said one thing.
yeah. Could you guys keep going with it? Because I actually only have about 20 minutes, and I would like to get a reading for myself as well too,
Yeah, just check.
if
Just
that's
yeah,
possible.
I ain't tripping, brother. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I ain't tripping. I'm not a troll. I'm
Oh,
not
I
none of
know.
this
We know.
shit.
We know. We know. You don't have to preface it. We get it. You're good. Let's keep going with the reading.
Yeah, man, come on, bro. You
Respectfully, let's
you
go.
you already there. Let's come on with
Let's
it,
go.
man.
All right, brother. But go back to that place you was
I
at,
got it. I have to step
and
away for a minute, y'all.
All right, brother Ali.
All right,
We heard you.
we good,
Thank you,
Ali.
sir.
We good.
Thanks, Scott.
so is he still there?
Yes, I'm still here, bro.
Okay, brother, wherever you was, go back there and I'm gonna find you.
Okay. 5 deep breaths. Let me do it. All right.
Okay, give me a couple of minutes. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm back. I just got a couple of things. I didn't want to take up too much of our time. I see, man, you love to dance, man. You you was a dancing woman back then. Looked like in the 40s or something. It's you had a great passion for dancing.
A flapper, huh?
Pardon me?
A flapper.
A flapper. What's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's from the 20s.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. It's just
Oh, right.
yeah. But I like that. Okay. Keep going, bro.
Well, it was that, and then the second thing was I mean, what was that? Uh, was dancing, and it was the second thing came back with. I was trying to gather here. Oh, that was it. You man, you've always been like, if a magnet was opposite, or we would say opposite magnetism, you have always like
March
this
to my
thing we
own
was
drum.
kicking about, huh?
March to my own drum.
That's it. Like you was able to see the bullshit in the church, like without as a baby. Like you'd be like a child sitting there in the church, and you was able to keep out the bullshit without even like you. I don't know if you was able to feel vibe, like the vibe didn't feel right, you know, with those people, or you just was able. You just always had a keen ability to smell bullshit.
Mm,
Like you could smell bullshit without even thinking about it.
that's a good one. That's a good one, bro. Keep going, bro. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Huh?
That's a
Oh,
good
that
one.
was the only two I had, brothers. I didn't have enough time to really, because
That's good.
he said you only had 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man, you shit off from that church thing.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
that's
know, niggas back then had to. You was almost forced to go to church back in the days, man. And you was like opposite of church. I saw a woman that wasn't fucking with that. You know what I mean? And that's usually a very. I think that's probably why you transmit. Really, you're kind of in between. You know, you could understand the feminine energy, and then masculine energy too, because that was almost kind of like masculine to have, like you said, beat to your own drum, or not to follow the herd, or women really do. A lot of them, they follow the herd. One of them like one star, pop star, whatever. They all like them. So you were a person to beat it to your own drum, and that was kind of a masculine trait, even though you was in the body of a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. That's pretty good, brother. That's pretty good. And I'm not offended. I'm not offended. But that's nice. That's good.
That's
For
nothing
me
to
to,
be offended about, man. I
yeah,
mean,
that's pretty good because
your energy is what it is. You can't change that. You know what I mean? It's your inner God. Energy is your inner God. You know what I mean? All energy is God. It's all one source. It's all God's source. You know, we all are energy. We all are inner God.
that's pretty
So
good.
that's
Because
everything.
my black moon is Lilith. My black moon is Lilith. I'm a Virgo, which is Mercury, which represents.
That's the female. What's the Virgo symbol?
Virgin,
Because
Mm-hmm.
maiden
it's the
virgin.
reverse of the Scorpio as far as the M. It
Mm-hmm.
reps the wound or something. I think it's like a upside down M or sideways M.
It's an M
The
with a.
symbol.
It's an M with a. Well, Scorpio and Virgo is it's an M with a cross. I mean, it's an M with a arrow. The
Yeah,
Scorpio is an
Right.
M with an arrow, but the Virgo is an M with a fish at the end of it.
Right.
Piscean fish, but that's pretty good, brother. You know, I've gotten. You asked me earlier who told me. I've got multiple readings. I tell y'all the truth. The first past life reading I got was from Shira 7. Shira 7. You know, sprinkle her ass. She the first
Really?
one. Yeah, like
Oh
this was like 10 years ago. You dig? And she said I was an Asian woman that lost a
Hmm.
child in a past life.
no, I didn't. I didn't see that. You was black, and I saw like the 30s or 40s. You know back then when they had zoo suits and all that. You
Mm.
know, I saw you more back then. That times you was doing them dances. You know what I mean?
And I am a dancing. I
so
just got in a car wreck. I just got in a car wreck like November 1st, and I danced my ass off. I am a dancer.
I knew it.
Yeah, I dance. I
You've
do.
always been.
I crank that hoe. Hit Superman on that hoe. MC Hammer. Hey Macarena. I can do all TikTok, hip hop. I am a dancing Negro.
yeah, back then they used to do the jitterbug in the
Yes,
40s.
Man,
and the,
this
And
and this
swing dancing.
the funky four corners, because that's where my
Yeah.
people come from. You know, like Chicago, Detroit,
Oh yeah,
house
stepping,
music.
huh?
Yeah, you know,
his passion is dancing. Mine's is too. I
like
love
Shango,
dancing.
like Shango.
Spiritual.
You know, but that's good. That's I like that. I like that what you said, bro. It was short and sweet. It was short and sweet. That was good, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you, but that was good. I ain't offended. I ain't mad. I'm Mercury. I ain't motherfucking gender fluid, but I sure know how to move in and out, one foot in, one foot out.
Right. I can dig it, bro. I can
Yes.
dig it.
Thank you. Thank you. Who is this? Brother, is it Brother Ali?
It's Brother Manifestation. Brother Ali stepped away for a second.
Okay, Brother Manifestation. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Brother
thought he
Manifestation.
returned. He stepped away again.
That's pretty
Oh,
good,
He
brother.
stepped away.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that reading, brother.
I appreciate your participation, my brother.
Real for real. Thank you, man.
Just say no. Always, man. That's good. I'm glad you came on. I was
Yes,
gonna have to
sir,
call
man.
you on the DM this week to tap in.
Yeah. Much
I'm
love.
glad you
Much
got
love,
something out
brother.
of it.
But yeah, for real. I like that. I like that shit. I know shame in my game. Hey,
No.
to each one his own. We all have a journey. Hey man,
Yeah.
I just always I don't meet too many brothers. Um the last conversation we was on, it was I wouldn't have thought that past life readings or someone's past mattered because being a nigga is so bad. Like like I wouldn't have thought. So that's why I just hit you up and you tapped in on what you tap in on. And I appreciate that, bro, for real.
Definitely.
Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Wow. That was great. Hey, Brother Supreme, you got one more in you? I know you can go forever.
And I
Probably,
got
though.
all 5 stars on every
Yeah.
one that called, brother.
Okay.
Accurate, perfect.
Yeah.
I never known these people before in my life, man. And that dude is passion for them. I shared that he was able to dance, you know what I mean, really well. So what's next, brother? You ready?
I was wondering if you can do for me.
Okay, you know the procedure. So just
Right.
let me know when you're ready for me.
Okay.
You ready, brother?
I'm ready.
All right. Wow, some great things, brother. I'm impressed.
Right.
Huh?
Well, that's good. It's good to hear already.
Yes, sir. Um, first of all, since I know in depth of who you are, I never really looked. I like to share. I appreciate your humbleness. That's all I'll say to you before I give you a reading. Man, based on your voice, man. I mean your humbleness. Excuse me, the humbleness of your voice, not like you a wimp or nothing. Based on your voice, people would never know who and what is talking, who's talking here. You know what I mean? Or who actually you are, man. Your voice is like not your voice. Wait, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
Your
Yeah,
your
I kind of
humbleness,
know him
man,
for
is just I was like, that's why I had to thank you for it because
that.
man, you are a lion, man, for real. Um, first of all, in your past, you know, we're kind of like the descendants of you to a certain degree, like the tribe of Shabazz. Like you've always been a god who ruled on this planet alone, not um sharing with a god or another god or yielding to another god as myself. Although because we're in such a great time of ridding negativity that you're so in accord with the God energy or power that you willingly allowed yourself to yield to me basically or to knowledge or to power, you know what I'm saying? That can get rid of this, you know. That's how important the mission is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've always been, by you being brother Shabazz, you know, who we all are the tribe, you know, we're the 13th tribe of Shabazz. Um, like I said, your knowledge would last thousands of years. Um, Shabazz's knowledge lasts 25,000 years. You know what I mean? He was a part of the 25,000 year cycle. Each 25,000 years, you know, is a change of a god that allows each god's knowledge to rule on this planet. We take turns. So we allow It's just like your season or your birthday. When my birthday or Earth Day comes, then there's a season where yours come around. That's how we rule the planet as gods. Is we would exchange rulerships every 25,000 years. You were one of the 25,000, which means the world of the planet would be operating under your knowledge for 25,000 years before we would change over to the next God. And so when I said I appreciate your humbleness, is because I know the power, the presence that I'm speaking to behind that humble voice you got, and yielding to the greater of the mission. You know what I mean? It's not, we don't deal with no person here. We as gods, we deal with knowledge. You know what I mean? Math and science. So that's the idea.
Right. Yeah, I get that because like I normally I wouldn't humble myself, but I realize how, like you said, how important it is and how truth that matters. And even though I know that I'm very unique, we could say, and have a lot of power, I know that at this moment, it's on you, brother, in terms of, you know, taking the lead.
Yeah, your power slipped out of go. I was like, man, this brother, he just like this brother based up on the God. Like, hey,
Yeah.
brother, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yeah.
do you still don't remember who I am, God? I mean, dang, we is.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, man. Like I said, I appreciate, you know, the platform and everything, man. And you know, you just basically yielding to the mission, man, to the knowledge and science, to the time. This is such an opportune time and season of the transformation of this planet. You know, and also you recognize that there is a greater knowledge that's taking place, that's refashioning and perfecting this planet again, man. Like we're saying, I'm healing. I'm giving the dead the opportunity to heal themselves. When people say, "Oh, the Lord gonna heal me," and this and that, no, that's never been. You heal yourself when you're sick. Instead of you going to the hospital or the doctor, because y'all never go to the Lord. That's weird. That's another story. Because you know, the Lord's only good inside their head. Although on serious moments like financial and health wise, the Lord's nowhere around. They got to go to to the real Lord, the doctor, to Massa. Anyways, what was I saying before that? I kind of went deep off.
The time calls for me to be
Right.
humbleness, even though I always have that feeling I've been there, done that type of stuff. Even though what you're doing has never been done in this way, but I also feel
Right.
that, like, you know, I resonate with that because I've been, you know, kind of similar, we could say.
Right. I mean, you ruled this planet solo, man, or history, or the cycle we call the cycle of knowledge that lasts 25,000 years. Because history was wrote every 25,000 years. That's like, really, you can say that's kind of really what the alignment of the planet really is. You know, they say 24 hours, although in actuality and season and the real time in history, we're operating on 25 hours, which you have 25 scientists also as well. You know, they have 24 signs, although there's a 25th one. Just like there's 13 tribes, or the 13, you know, 13th is what, the ace card. The 12th card is the king, the rulers. But you have 12 inches on a ruler, it's called a ruler. The king is the 12th card. You know what I'm saying? They all say the 12th tribe of Judah, the ruling tribe, the lion tribe. The 13th tribe of the spiritual, that's the unseen, or the God tribe. Those are the God. In other words, those who were with Shabazz in the 13th tribe were gods. They were the God tribe. Um, I was born November the 13th on a Friday, what they call Friday the 13th, which means
Wow.
the day the
Wow.
devil flies. It's called Friday.
Dang.
Friday the 13th. You knew that, right, brother? I thought you
Yeah, I
did.
knew that. I knew that, but I didn't know the Friday the part. I knew that it was
Oh,
November
you know it's Friday the
13th.
13th?
No, that just puts it up even to a
Friday the
higher
13th
caliber.
at 1 o'clock
Yeah.
sharp, which in reverse military time would be 13.
1,300 hours. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
1 p.m. exactly.
Mm.
So, absolutely. Now somebody gonna go and chart me down. Like, who is this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th at 1 a.m.
I know.
Yeah.
It was Friday the 13th last week too. I bet you had every day's amazing, but like an interesting day last week.
Oh, I be feeling those
was-
13s, man.
Yeah. It was Friday the 13th last week.
Especially 11s in there too, because November is the 11th month. 11 is very powerful too, because that's the number the elites have.
Right.
You know, the towers they hit was on 9/11, and the 11 was shaped. The towers were shaped like a 11. Afghanistan had 11 letters in the word Afghanistan, which was one of the countries they attacked. And Iraq, I think their area code or zip code is 11, their country code or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And the times of the attack, one was at 7/11, I think. It was all a ritualistic 11s. They know the power of 11. I think one flight they say had 92, 9 plus 2. One flight, matter of fact, one flight was flight 11. They hit the tower. And I think the other flight was 92.
Right.
And then the times they hit were 11. Everything was all 11.
Yeah.
So 11 is 1 and 1. That's like father and son. 1 and 1. It's also the 11th card is justice. You know, that's what they say, Jesus or justice. The jack is the 11th card. That's the justice.
And
1 and 1
11th
equality.
And the 11th tarot card is the angel Gabriel blowing the horn, waking up the dead.
What number?
Judgment 11 tarot card. Judgment.
Oh, Judgment 11. Okay.
It's the angel Gabriel blowing the horn to wake up the dead. Yeah.
Well, hero cards, but I mean, I know some people used to give me readings. They always used to say, I had the what card he gave me? No, I kept getting the Emperor card every time.
Okay.
Every time they read me, they said I always read. They always read me as the Emperor, which is really the God card of the tarot thing.
Right. He's the King of Kings.
King of Kings, right? The Emperor.
Yeah.
You know.
Now you're the Emperor of Emperors.
Yes, sir. Humbly, yes, sir. So, yes, sir, brother. That's the signs in number 11. We know November is the 11th month, and that 11 is deep.
Yeah, I've never had a past life reading before, and that's man, I don't know. Leopard Prince said she got teary eyed a little bit.
She did?
Admit, man. She said she got teary eyed when you told hers, but like me, I felt pretty.
You didn't feel teary eyed? No, I'm just kidding. You're a man, so I know you didn't get too emotional feeling, but you felt it, huh?
No, not to be honest. Yeah, I didn't have no tears.
Man,
but
I'm surprised. I didn't know
area.
I didn't even know who you was on a certain level, brother. I mean, I'm like, I was like, man, let me first say, I humbly thank you for your humbleness, man. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you a powerful brother. You know what I mean? So I have to be displaying some serious force and power, man. for you to yield to this knowledge and mission, man, and be in accord. I mean, not to say that we recently we're kind of at the end of the 25,000 year cycle. Really, it told us about this history that this would come, and really passing the torch on. I would say the torch, although opening the curtain for the sunlight of me to come through.
Right.
So that's really what it is. It's been your time for 25,000 years now. We're in mines forever. If that makes any sense. Oh, you led up to this, the 25,000 year cycle of the God knowledge. It's a circle. It's a cycle. Because
if
really,
I can be the one that did it.
what's that?
I said if I can be the one to usher in the golden age forever, I humbly appreciate that.
Hey, man, that's why you are, man. Humbleness is it's greatness, really. People just don't realize, humbleness shows thankfulness. Humbleness shows your ability to learn and yield, which all of us should always, since we're in an infinite creation, we should always make ourselves aware or conscious of something that we've learned to mentally earn every day of our lives. So most certainly.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well, man.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a powerful,
Yeah.
as all of them been powerful, man. As I give you
Right.
hats off and thanks for lending me your platform. You know what I mean? I'm definitely stimulated and dedicated to getting this knowledge out to individuals, man, and letting them know about themselves,
Yeah. Yeah, because each person that you read, Brother Supreme, in their own way are very powerful too. Because the first brother, Jack Talcott, he has, a couple thousand followers, but he's basically like the center of a lot of people's attention where he puts up his broadcasts, so I'm sure he did. And also Leopard Prince, very powerful behind the scenes in these YouTube streets. And then brother, Just Say No, he's, what can we say? The dancer, the dancing goddess, right? In the past life. And then mine was just put me on another level to really rotate on and get my, and really put me in a direction. I appreciate it, man. It was right on time, Brother Supreme. And just like that song says that will go out, the outro too. But you are the star of the story, brother. That I will always tell. I mean that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate, all of you done in each of your lives, and the uplift, doing the same mission that I'm on as well, which is uplifting your people and directing this planet on a higher frequency, man. This is what we all want. You want this as well. We all want a higher frequency. You wouldn't have produced this forever history that came after you unless if you didn't want that to take place, and you foreseen it. You saw it. You were, in fact, your history and knowledge was the first to see it in this 25,000 year cycle, because we're at the end of it.
Yes, sir. And the end is in the beginning, right? Your beginning.
What's that?
The end is the beginning too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The real circumference of the planet is 25,000 miles, in diameter. So it's a little roughly they accurately say above 25,000 miles. Excuse me, the circumference, yeah, is 25,000 miles. And most definitely, so 25,000, you look at the circle, the cycle, if we're on a 25,000 mile circumference that we're on spinning this planet, which is a cycle and circles, then the history as well is in a cycle. Everything's in cycles, right?
Right. And even the astrology we talked about in other broadcasts about like the age of Pisces. I mean, they say 2,500, but others people say it was 25,000 years. If you scale up the age of Pisces, now we're going in the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing, the God science, you know? So that 25 is repeats, it keeps coming back.
Right. I mean, we've had different missions in this even along this mission of me coming, we've did that cycle again of others laying the foundation, whether if it's the great teacher or Garvey, those foundations were laid somewhere. Somebody was laying the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to tell, somebody had to lay the groundwork to at least for me to get the ones that still think we're more than just Negroes. Somebody had to start telling them, hey man, we're more than just Negroes. You know what I'm saying? We could do better. So for me to now show you the better side, some others had to come and show you that there's better. They just wasn't able to take you there. I'm going to take this whole universe there. In fact, we already are there. We already are in it.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate your groundwork, brother. Keep building, brother. They said we're not them Gason. We're the real Masons or the builders as far as on the building scale. You know what I mean? They're not building a damn thing other than creating all this mischief and division and homosexuality out here. You know what I mean? They're not building nothing. They're destroying. So if a real masonry person is a carpenter or a builder, and like to say Jesus was a builder, he was a carpenter, but really that just means symbolically, you know, a Messiah, a God is supposed to be a builder. That's really what that's saying. But instead they say a carpenter, and then they get the other Gasonry shit. He died at 33 years. You know, you can tell like they didn't talk about Jesus when he was 6 and 12 and 13 and 21, but they threw the age of 33 in there.
Right.
So you got, we know that's as far as the Gasons go is 33 degrees. So we threw that in there to let y'all know this ain't nothing. This little 33 degrees is just above freezing. You got just enough knowledge to stop from drowning.
Just enough.
So most definitely, man.
Yeah.
So that's the time now.
Yeah, I think we're about that's 3 hours and 11 minutes. 3:11.
Cool. Okay. All right, well, if you're ready to wrap things up, you know.
Yeah.
We can
wrap it up and please stay down for a second. Yeah, yes, sir. Outro, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and also too, I want to thank special appreciating for Brother Supreme. I'll say for all the people that were read and seen and unseen who were seeking answers about their past lives and understanding and the recurring patterns on their spiritual journey. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to connect with yourself, who truly understands what's really going on in these times. We appreciate it. And yeah, man, so many the mysteries of the souls was uncovered tonight. And for a lot of us, I bet you the journey starts right now. You know? And much love, Brother Supreme. Mathematics and science, brother.
Math and science.
You are the star of the story. Absolutely.